Hello. I am the Scarlet Raven Witch, and today I'm going to be doing a 2026 predictions video. This is going to be a pick a little random thing, but I really liked the face-to-face reading that I did in my last video, so I thought I'm gonna try this again as a pick a pile type of situation, and I'm going to do it very casual, just showing up here again today as I am. If you've never done a pick a card reading before, I'm gonna show you which options there are for piles 1, 2, and 3, and then you can watch all of them. You can watch one of them. I'll have the timestamps below. So this will be pile number 1. Also, this is going to be the first half of 2026 only. So this is going to be January through June of 2026. So pile number 1 is this little diamond thingy-mabobber. Pile number 2 is going to be this clip, sparkly clippy. And pile number 3 is going to be this sun amethyst necklace pendant. So pile 1 diamond, pile 2 clippy, pile 3 the sun. So pile number 1, we shall start. You have the diamond. So in 2026 there is going to be some sort of commitment. This could be a commitment to yourself, a commitment to a project or an idea, or maybe this is a commitment to another person, either their commitment to you, your commitment to them, your commitment to each other. This also could be like a major life event, like someone in your life or you could be getting engaged or married. I'm gonna pull from my Make Your Own Magic Oracle deck first, just to kind of see like what the vibe of the first half of 2026 is. And we'll get some tarot, and then I also have my Lowe's paint swatch Oracle deck as well, and some charms. Whoa. Okay. Number 37, gray. Endings are inevitable. So very interesting, because it seems like there's some sort of like new beginning with this diamond, or like there's this commitment to something new, but maybe you're having to let go of something that was a huge focus of your 2025 energy. You're kind of having to let that ship sail away. This is kind of reminding me of like the ship like flying back to Neverland, and then the witch is just sitting here like she has a tear, super small, but she has a tear in her eye. And 3 plus 7, 37, I love odd numbers. 3 plus 7 is 10, and 10 plus 0 is 1. So number 1, follow your intuition. You know what needs to end, and the end is inevitable in this particular situation. So definitely need to let this go in order to make room for this new and special gift, or this new special person, or whatever the commitment is for you. So let's see what else we get from the tarot. I'm sorry if you hear noises. I live in an apartment, and this is on my old phone, my iPhone. King of Swords. So you're definitely telling somebody how you feel. Someone is going to be telling you how they feel. I just heard like a lot of communication, a lot of standing up for yourself in this ending, and for what you want in this like commitment. Ooh, okay. You got the Four of Cups. Did I show you this? Okay, so that's the King of Swords. And then we have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Lots of cups and lots of oceany vibes because we're at the sea here. There's a ship there. You're definitely going to be sharing with somebody these feelings of like discontentment. I think you're feeling really bored, really stuck, and really stagnant right now, or you were kind of in that energy a lot in 2025. So I feel like what we can expect in 2026 is to be able to kind of like share these feelings of that and get out of this, end that situation of like where we're feeling very stagnant and bored and just like not content. But also it's not because we're like, I feel like it's not because they're doing anything that's like so drastically different. Like, I'm not saying you need to change your whole entire life necessarily, but like you're gonna be waking up to that there is somebody, like the universe is right here with a cup. They have a cup. They have the answer. The answer, yes, the answer is near. Like the answer is right in front of you, I'm hearing. And you just have to be willing to like let go and move on. Maybe that like this end has already happened for some of you, or it's like happening now, and so you're really sad about this ending, but you're missing that there is like a beginning right here. And like I said, it might not be like that you're in like this totally different place, because look, like she's at the shore, like he's at the shore, like, you know what I mean? Like it might not look in like as big and grand as one might think, like, but there's going to be some sort of like ending and a beginning, but sort of from the same place. I don't know how to explain it past that. The Seven of Cups is about like distractions, and so that's kind of how I just started to feel a little bit. I kind of started feeling like I was losing my train of thought. I feel like that's kind of part of this, is that you're learning how to better use your time, better time management, I'm hearing, and just like realizing where you're putting your energy, because it's so easy to get distracted and it's so easy to get lost in these feelings of like this ending, or being like so woe is me, when there's so many choices, there's so many things that you need to do, there's so many places that you have to be, and it's really easy to get like overwhelmed and lost by that. But I think that in this first half of 2026 you're really going to be seeing these things more as like opportunities for learning and growth and connection, rather than overwhelming too many options or too many things to do. I think it's gonna feel a lot better. There's some things that you do need to let go of though, and feel your feelings about, but in order to have this, in order to receive these gifts and these opportunities and this commitment and this special like gift or this big thing that's happening, you have to let go of something. You have to let go of something, and you know what it is. Your intuition is telling you right now. I know it. And yeah, so I think this first half of 2026 too, like there's big energy of like advocating for your needs. Somebody is going to be telling you how they feel, I think, about you or about a situation, and you're also being asked to say how you feel. Be honest. Don't just tell people what they want to hear anymore. Don't just say you're good when people ask you how you are if you're really not. Like, speak up for yourself. Say what you want, not just what you don't want. I think that's a really huge lesson that a lot of people in life need to know, is that like you cannot just stand against something. You can't just rebel against something. You need to have an idea of what you do want out of any given situation, whether that's like the world or your own personal life. Let's go ahead and see what Lowe's color swatch oracle says for what we can expect the first half of 2026. Nevermore. So I heard death. I'm thinking of like Wednesday for some reason. But because this is called Nevermore Academy, right? Or something like that. But I feel like it's death. It's you're needing to let go. This situation is like dead and gone. It's like you're beating a dead horse. And you really need to work through the feelings of grief, but also look up, because there are so many opportunities that are being presented to you right now. And instead of feeling sorry for yourself, and instead of feeling too overwhelmed by all of this, you just need to weigh these options. Like, take each opportunity and look at it and think like, okay, is this gonna add value to my life? Is this what I want? I think that this first half of the year is going to be a lot of healing for you and a lot of growth in being able to feel your feelings and express them to the people around you, and to also receive people's expressions of how they're feeling as well. I want to see if there's any more from the tarot. Just any last words of what we might expect in this first half of 2026. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah, so we're learning. We're getting here. This is where we're starting. We're starting with this like new like energy of like, yes, I'm coming as I am. I'm coming to say how I feel. I'm coming to bring you my new ideas, and pretty soon this is where we're going to be, this is where we're going to be leading. This is where we're being led to, is this ability to do this respectfully. Knight of Swords maybe sometimes is a little bit intense with their words. They don't always know when to hold their tongue. And I do think like there is a message coming in very soon. There's a message coming in very soon. Like, someone is going to be telling you how they feel. And again, like, this also might come across like a little bit too forward, or it might seem a little bit too intense. But I think that's like kind of what you're working through, is knowing how to communicate with people, knowing when to keep inside thoughts inside. This is a lot like mentally in this first, and emotionally in this first half of the year. Okay, I'm gonna pull some charms. Okay, I paused it because last time I did it, the charms was so loud, and I totally forgot that you can even do that. So I'm totally gonna use that more now. Thanks. Now I know. So the charms that I pulled for you was this little Jedi wand, and there are two people, two mermaid people mer people, I don't even know, that have swords. And so I'm kind of like, I'm thinking of this as a sword, and I feel like you are like a Jedi, what is it called, like an apprentice, what are they, oh my god, why can't I think of what it's called, but like you're learning how to be a Jedi, and you're learning how to use your powers for good. I feel like you have a lot to say. I feel like you have a lot to express, and a lot that you want to like tell people and tell the world and share, but I feel like you are just learning how to do that, and that is totally okay. But in this first half of the year, you can expect a lot of progress in that area, and I think mastery of like being able to use your word for good, and use your word to be able to like communicate your needs, and have other people be able to communicate them to you, and to teach people how to do that, because a lot of people don't know how to do that very successfully. Also maybe like Star Wars. I'm actually sitting in my Star Wars chair right now, and you can barely see Darth Vader's head, but maybe like Star Wars, and maybe somebody that you know like Star Wars that like you've been thinking of throughout this reading. Okay, you also got this moon with the little star, and it says I love you to the moon and back. So I feel like even though, this is my first thought, even though this ending like is inevitable, I feel like this person really loves you a lot. And I don't feel like, I don't want to give like false hope, but for some people in this group, like I just got a feeling in my stomach too, like this isn't completely the ending. I feel like it might just be like a step back, or there might be somebody who just needs to, like one party that needs to be in a different place for a while. And that's why it's kind of inevitable, but I see like at the very least that they love you and they have a lot of like respect for you and they want the best for you. And I feel like you know that and they know that, and that's part of the communication that's going on here, is with this specific person, or yeah, for some people. I hope that makes sense. Then you also got last charm is you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So I feel like that's a really good way to leave this off, is that this is your year of like believing these things, believing that you are brave, and believing that you're stronger than you think you are, and you're smarter than you think you are. Like these cards are very intelligent and intellectual and communicative and smart, and I feel like you this year are really going to be believing that. You're going to be stepping into your word and your message and your like purpose, and I think a lot of that is sharing, and you don't feel like, you feel like, who are you to be sharing your experiences and your feelings and everything, but you are you, and these cards are saying that people need to hear what you have to say, and they will this year. So I hope that was I hope that made sense. I hope you found some messages in there. Stick around for another video sometime soon about what we can expect in the second half of 2026. And I also have some Valentine's Day stuff coming up, and some messages from spirit guides and angels. Thank you. Hello. If you chose pile number 2 and you chose this little clippy thing, I hope this was number 2. I think it was. Then this is going to be your reading for the first half of 2026, January to May, January to June. I feel like you're gonna have a fancy year. Why am I thinking that? I feel like you're dressing up. I have my Make Your Own Magic Oracle. Also, pile number 2, you're very lucky because I realized how to pause. So if I need to pause, you won't have to just watch me be weird. Number 38, Villain. You can always rewrite the story. Ooh. Music. I feel like music is going to be really important for your year. I already shuffled all of these. Four of Swords, sorry. 4 of Swords. Oh my goodness, your cards are very jumpy right now. 9 of Wands. Oh my gosh, yes, they're all just flying out. And the Ace of Swords. So yes, there's definitely like, so the Oracle card said you can rewrite the story, and so I do feel like this is the beginning of a new version of your story. I feel like maybe in the past you have been very like doubtful of yourself, and maybe thinking that you're the villain. Maybe you were the villain in your own story, or maybe you were the villain in someone else's story. I know I'm the villain in someone else's story and many other people's stories. And so I feel like maybe you've kind of had a lot of negative self-talk and belief that you're like bad, or that like you don't deserve to find happiness. And I feel like this is going to be your year of kind of like breaking that curse, almost like breaking that idea, breaking that like train of thought. Someone is calling me right now. It says it's from Arizona. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to answer because I don't have that number saved, but that might mean something to somebody. It seems like 2026 is going to have something is happening really fast. There's a lot of like really quick energy, or chaotic energy, but you have the Four of Swords, so I feel like it's also going to be a very restful year for you as well. I think you're gonna kind of like have to. I think this is like a reminder and like a, not just a reminder, this is like a demand. This is like, hey, this year is going to be really chaotic. This year is going to be have a lot going on. There's a lot of creative energy. There's a lot of like things that need to be done. And so if you're not careful with how much energy you're using at a time, you could find yourself needing to take a longer rest than you're hoping for. Like this mermaid is frozen in this ice. So I think this is just a reminder that like this year there is a lot going on, and a lot of people I think are relying on you maybe. And you don't want to let them down, but if you don't take a rest, if you don't have alone time, and you don't take care of yourself, then you won't be able to do all of these things. And maybe that you will kind of start stepping into that villain energy. Like maybe you're somebody who you really need to get a good amount of sleep, or you really need to make sure you have your snacks and have your needs met, or you're going to turn into a monster. You're not going to be very nice to people if you are not getting the rest that you need, and then you're going to have to take an even longer rest when you eventually completely burn yourself out. I just was drawn to this. I just like saw the rainbow in the camera. So that's the Page of Pentacles, and I feel like you're really going to need to prioritize the present moment. There is a lot of there is a lot of chaos. Also, like there's something about the Little Mermaid and using your voice. I feel like you haven't been using your voice because I just needed to clear my throat suddenly, and like there's music coming out of this show, and it's kind of giving like when Ursula takes Ariel's voice. So I feel like you're refinding your voice. You're letting it free, and I feel like that is going to come from spending a lot of time being present and seeing the beauty in the world around you, seeing the magic in the world around you, creating rainbows, creating magic where least expected, connecting with your inner child, and your sense of like safety and security, and being grounded in your space and the world around you. Lots of spending time outside. But again, I feel like maybe some of you even have kids, and so there's like so much chaos, so much like different places that you have to be, people to pick up, all the things. And I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting for some of you, is that like girl or parent person, you need to make sure you're taking care of you too. Like get your nap in, all your little animals are gonna be okay. You gotta get a rest, or you're gonna have to take a longer rest. Okay. Okay, let's see what the Lowe's Paint Swatch Oracle has to say for you. Pile number 2, about what we can expect in the first half of 2026. Well, Will-O-Wisp. So yeah, that goes really well with the Page of Pentacles, and the idea of like the childlike presence and energy. Like don't be afraid of following the present moment and where it takes you, and like maybe you see like a rainbow, maybe you see an animal, maybe you hear about something and you really just like want to follow your gut and your intuition of like, yeah, let's explore, let's check this out, let's be present in this moment, let's find magic where we least expect it. Also, like spending time in the forest, I feel like is going to be really healing. And we do have like all these little animals around. I know they're ice animals, but like I don't know, I'm feeling like a lot of like childlike energy and play is going to be really important too, as well as rest, because there is like so much going on mentally, of like breaking these thought patterns of like that you can't do this, and that this is too much and too overwhelming, and you can't use your voice, and you can't. I'm hearing sing through the chaos, sing through the pain. That helps. Okay, let me get some charms for you. I'll be right back. Okay, the charms that I pulled for you, pile 2, are this rock steady. What? I got this eye, which is the first time I've ever actually pulled this since I put it in there, so that's really exciting. I feel like 2026, we're really unlocking that third eye. We're really starting to really trust your intuition and be open to receiving messages, be open to I just noticed my amethyst over here, so maybe get some amethyst. I feel like we're opening our eyes to new ideas. We're opening our eyes to the beauty in our own eyes, the beauty in ourselves, the beauty in the world around us, really being present, really being locked in. I'm hearing eye contact, and not eye contact in a way that like we want to be like social norm staring people down, but I just mean like really being present with somebody, really being locked into like the conversation in the moment, and not being distracted by like your phone or other work that you're doing. Like really just try to focus on one task at a time. Limit multitasking this year. And then we also, last but not least, for you, pile number 2, we have the ballet slipper charms. So again, like so much, there's like a lot of music. There's a lot of music going on here. So I feel like, again, like, I feel like music helps calm you down, or maybe it helps your kids calm down. If you have kids, someone out there has kids that's watching this, but maybe it's your inner child. Maybe you were a dancer. Maybe you really loved music when you were a kid. Maybe that really helped or helps you calm down, ground, and come back to yourself, come back to the moment. Maybe this is a sign to take some sort of like dance lessons, or a music class, or like something that brings you like childlike joy. Or maybe your kids need to do that if you have kids, or maybe you need to do something like that together with other people. But yeah, or maybe like dance lessons. It kind of has to do with that like chaos. Like maybe you're like going back and forth between dance lessons and music practice and this and that, and it's just, again, a reminder to like, yes, have all of this fun, and yes, be in the moment. Leave room for rest, and leave room for unstructured activity in your own day. And if you're the person in charge of managing other people's days, leave room for rest and recovery, leave room for getting work done, and leave room for unstructured play, present time, following your intuition, following your heart and your flow, and just create something, or go outside, do whatever you want, read a book, just jellyfish time. Okay, pile number 2, I hope that made sense. I hope you found some messages about your first half of 2026. Take a deep breath. Come back and see the 2026 second half. That will be July through December. I'm also going to do some Valentine's Day stuff soon, and some angels and spirit guide messages. So if you like this, stick around, come back or something. I don't know. Hey, pile number 3. I think, hopefully I didn't get mixed up. Hopefully pile number 3 was this sun amethyst. I'm gonna be so silly goose if I got them mixed up, but it's fine. Pile number 3, this is your predictions for first half of 2026. You're my last pile. I'm getting a little hungry, so I just wanted to remind you, eat snacks this year. Don't forget to feed yourself. Don't forget to water yourself, you beautiful flower. Don't forget to get sunshine. I feel like pile number 3 really needs to focus on like calm, regulating, and you can't do that if you're hungry. I'm talking to myself too. I'm gonna start with my Make Your Own Magic Oracle deck, and then we will get into some Mermaid Tarot and my Lowe's color swatch, paint swatch, oracle, and some charms. Ooh, I didn't even like, I did shuffle these, but I haven't like shuffled them out yet. But I just like don't think I've ever even seen this card somehow. It's number 12, and it's expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. So I'm gonna take this. 2026, we are not seeking anyone's approval. It's number 12. That might mean something to you, but 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 is a very like protected, a very like divinely supported number, and that's definitely the case, because it's like these kind of look like little spirits of some sort, and then there's this little fairy here, and we've got the moon and the trees and like plants and stuff, and so it feels very like supported and very magical. This person, cutie, has like little pentacles on their Converse. They're wearing black. They've got their eyebrow pierced. I bet they're gay. I bet they're a non-binary lesbian or something. This is so funny. So maybe that is, you know, what part of 2026 is maybe like, maybe you are a little bit different. Maybe you're a little bit punk. Maybe you're a little bit emo. Maybe you're a little bit alternative. Maybe you are a queer person. Maybe you're non-binary or something. Like, there's something that you are that is a little bit different than the typical. And I feel like what I'm hearing is like, don't seek anyone's approval, and like don't just try to meet your parents' expectations. Don't just try to meet your family's expectations or society's expectations. Like, you just need to be you. You need to be a little punk forest fairy. Like, you need to just do you, and don't be afraid of having contradictions or being like, what is it, can't think of that word right now, but it's like the one where you're like, it's kind of like contradictory. Like, you can be like emo and alternative and wear all black, but you can also love fairies and flowers and the moon, and like, you can do lots of things. You can be a hippie and you can wear all black. You can be punk and wear like a cute hippie like skirt. Like, don't be afraid of being many different things. You're multifaceted, and who cares what anybody thinks about, besides you, about the way that you dress, about the way that you spend your time. And that is what this year is for you. It's just like lowering your expectations of other people, like accepting you, because some people just aren't, and just stop expecting yourself to fit into a box to appease somebody else. All right, let's see what the Mermaid Tarot have to say. That's really cool. I love that card. That's awesome. Pile number 3. I love that. Do things, I am this way, do things just because it pisses other people off. Obviously because you want to do it too, but like, I just love to do things that people are like, oh, you couldn't possibly do that, or you shouldn't do that. I'm like, watch me please. You're probably a witch. You're probably really magical if you picked like the amethyst in the sun, and then you got this little witchy lady person. I don't know, I don't want to assume their gender. They're probably genderqueer. And then like, I have this moon phase back here and my amethyst over there, and like, I'm a witch. Obviously if you're here, you like witches and tarot and things, but like, I just feel very witchy vibes. So I feel like that's kind of what this year is too, is maybe you're like coming back into your witchcraft or coming back into your spirituality, whatever. I already shuffled these and I did it again, and then I was about to do it again, but okay. Pile number 3. January through June of 2026. Okay, we have strength, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she did come out reversed, but I don't really typically like read reversal, so it's interesting that I like thought to say that. And I feel like it's because maybe like, yeah, you haven't really been feeling so like grounded in yourself. You haven't really, maybe this is about gender for some of you. Like, you are figuring something out, or you've known that something is a bit different with your gender. Like, maybe you you know, don't feel like completely aligned. Like, this is very specific for some people, but I feel like whatever it is, like maybe it's not gender, but like you just haven't really been feeling fully like in yourself, in your zone, in your body. This could just be like body image issues potentially, but I feel like, so that's where you kind of have been, but this is the year of realizing like, no, like this is who I am, and this is who I'm gonna be, this is who I'm gonna show up as, and I feel confident in that, and I feel safe in that, and I feel supported in that, and divine and connected with everything around me, and that I am like the, you know, the ruler and the master of myself and my body and, you know, my surroundings. And it's very beautiful and very strong. And there is like, wow. Okay, well, I didn't even notice this. Okay, so I don't know if I said this yet, if you got the sun. And there is like, there's the moon on this card and these little like fire things, and then she's holding up like this like illuminated coin, and then we have the sun. So it's like very powerful first half of the year. The sun is like so much joy. So like sun and moon, which you're just really getting back, I feel like, back connected if you have been off for a while or something, like off of your like witchy game. I know I have for a little bit, but it's like, or if you weren't already kind of into that, you're getting into it now, like in this first half of the year. I think just paying so much more attention to like the sunrise and the sunset and the moon cycles, and like feeling the warmth of the sun. Like, we're in winter right now, it's not very cold where I'm at, but for a lot of people it's been cold. And so like, appreciate the sun, get sun every day, and be ready for, you know, when the sun comes back out, because the sun will, you know, I mean, the sun is out every day, but you know what I mean, like when it gets warmer, it will be summer, you know, by the end of where this reading is like leaving off. So there's a lot of hope, I think, in spring and in summer and in the sunshine and in the present moment, and just like so much joy in this first half of the year. And that is coming from like being present in your body, being present in the moment, and being yourself and being who you are. And it's going to attract so many people who are also doing that. Like, you're going to be radiating like the sun. People are going to want to like bask in your glow. They're going to want to be around your really powerful energy, your really confident energy, because they're like, I want that for me too. You're going to attract other people who are already in that, who can bring you more of that, and then other people who need that as well. And that, I think, is also like, you're helping, this part of the strength, like in finding your own strength in your ability to be your authentic self and to show up the way that you are creating like space to be able to help other people do the same, and help other people get out of this place of like not believing in themselves, or feeling trapped, or feeling stuck in their body, or in like their like family or their home, or in their identity, or to be a certain way. You're helping people get out of that, and you're helping inspire people to be who they are, and to speak their truth and live their truth. And that's a really beautiful thing. And also, being strong too is not just helping other people and not just being like strong and being strong, it's also helping people. I mean, it's also letting people help you. It's letting other people guide you and lift you and support you. And maybe sometimes you're not always gonna feel so bad be. You're not always gonna feel so confident, like especially right away as we're on this journey, right? Like, you're not gonna always feel so strong. So let other people lift you up. Let other people be the sun in your life. Let other people remind you and help you and guide you and lift you up when you need help. And don't forget to ask as well. I feel like, again, you may not right now in this current moment, some of you have people in your life. Also, totally forgot, you got the sun card and you picked the sun. You are the sun. And I'm wearing a sun and moon. Oh my god. Is this for me? Is this about me? That's so funny. So yeah, so much sun and moon, so much magic, so much like, it's just so much like, this is kind of a big year. It feels like a really magical year. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm gonna pause for a second and get you some charms. This is amazing. Okay, I've never pulled, I don't think, or maybe, I don't know. I don't think I've ever pulled this for anybody, like, seriously in a reading. This one or my green one, which is like the Jedi lightsaber, and I pulled that in pile number 2. So pile number 2 may have some relation to you. It could be like an opposing person or like related, or it could be you, I don't know. But you have I love that it's red and black, and I love that it's like the Sith, and it's like, you know, like the dark side. And that's kind of like what this person is giving, is kind of just like, you know, give into the dark side sometimes. Don't be afraid to be different. Obviously we know the dark side was bad, but like, it's the vibe of the dark side, you know? Like, don't be afraid to be the bad guy. Don't be afraid to be the black sheep. Don't be afraid to be the odd man out. You don't actually have to be the villain, but you can be a baddie. Okay. You have the moon with a little cat, so definitely, again, more witchy vibes, more moon vibes. You have 2 suns, 2 moons. So just so much like harmony, so much like eclipse. Like, this is like an eclipse. This is everything coming together. This is this is just a lot of really magical stuff. And also, I just heard, I had a cat named Boo who passed away last year. So you might have a cat in your life or in the past that is saying, hey, be yourself and love you. You have a mask, so stop masking. Stop hiding who you are. Stop hiding. I feel like for a lot of you, this does have to do so much with like your identity and like who you present yourself as to the world and to people around you. And you have been hiding that for so long. Like, you don't dress the way that you want to dress, maybe, or you don't like have your piercings in sometimes, or like you're scared to wear what you want, you're scared to do what you want, be who you are, like tell people what you're doing with your free time. Like, there's so much that you're not doing because you're scared of what other people will think of you. I feel like you want to be more alternative, and you want to be more like revolutionary, and just have more of a like countercultural vibe to you, but you're so worried about what other people think, and you have this mask on, and you may even be presenting as the wrong gender. You may have been born in the wrong body for some of you, I am hearing. And then we also have this pumpkin, so I feel like that goes well with just kind of this like alt baddie vibes, is like you probably are super into Halloween, and that probably is like the time of year that typically you thrive. Maybe you're a Scorpio, some of you, because this is like kind of giving me Scorpio baddie. I'm Scorpio sun and moon. But I feel like you thrive more maybe in like the fall. You really love Halloween, you love spooky season, and so right now it might kind of feel like so far away. And this is a reading about like the first chunk of the year, but just like figure out how you can find joy and peace in this season as well. Like, and I feel like this is a message that like something big is going on in fall, so that's something to look forward to throughout this time of year. So hold on to that. I hope all that made sense. If you enjoyed this reading, cool, thanks. And stick around if you want to see the upcoming video about the second half of 2026. That will be July through December. I'm also doing some Valentine's Day stuff and some angel spirit guide readings as well soon. So thanks for watching this. Bye.